March 23rd in history. In 1775, tensions between the American colonies and Britain reached a breaking point. Virginia delegates gathered at a Richmond church to debate their response. Patrick Henry rose and declared, "Give me liberty or give me death." His fiery words stunned the assembly into silence, then thunderous approval. His speech convinced Virginia to arm its militia. Within weeks, the American Revolution began, and Henry's words became a lasting symbol of freedom. In 1839, Boston was a bustling hub of American journalism, where newspaper editors entertained readers with witty wordplay and playful abbreviations. On March 23rd, editor Charles Gordon Green printed OK in the Boston Morning Post, a joke abbreviation for all correct, deliberately misspelling all correct. What began as a newspaper joke became one of the most universally understood words on earth, spoken in virtually every language and culture today. In 1857, New York City was booming. On Broadway, inventor Elisha Otis prepared to change how humanity would build cities forever. Otis installed the first commercial passenger elevator inside a Broadway department store, featuring his revolutionary safety brake that prevented deadly freefalls. His safety elevator made skyscrapers possible, transforming city skylines worldwide. Without Otis, the modern vertical city simply would not exist. In 1903, two bicycle mechanics from Dayton, Ohio were about to change the world. Wilbur and Orville Wright had spent years studying the problem of human flight. On March 23rd, the Wright brothers filed their patent for a flying machine, describing an ingenious wing warping system that could control an aircraft's balance in flight. 9 months later, they achieved powered flight at Kitty Hawk. Their patent became the foundation of aviation, launching an industry that would connect the entire world. In 1910, in the bustling Meiji-era city of Tokyo, a child was born who would forever transform the art of cinema. Akira Kurosawa revolutionized filmmaking with masterpieces like Rashomon and Seven Samurai, blending samurai epics with deep human drama. His bold visual storytelling inspired George Lucas, Coppola, and countless filmmakers, cementing Kurosawa as cinema's eternal master. In 1919, Italy was in turmoil. World War I had left the nation battered, and millions of disillusioned veterans demanded change. On March 23rd, Benito Mussolini gathered roughly 100 followers in a Milan hall and founded the Fasci Italiani di Combattimento. Within 3 years, Mussolini became prime minister, and by 1926 he had built a dictatorship that reshaped Europe's political landscape forever. In 1933, Germany's fragile democracy teetered on the brink. Adolf Hitler, newly appointed chancellor, maneuvered to seize absolute power from the Weimar Republic. On March 23rd, the Reichstag voted to pass the Enabling Act, surrendering its legislative power and granting Hitler authority to enact laws without parliamentary consent. The Enabling Act destroyed German democracy, establishing the legal foundation for totalitarian rule. It remains a stark warning about how quickly freedom can be surrendered. In 1942, fear gripped the American West Coast. Following Pearl Harbor, suspicion fell on Japanese-American communities, threatening the lives of over 120,000 people. Under Executive Order 90666, soldiers forced families from their homes. Citizens packed single suitcases, abandoned businesses, and boarded buses to remote internment camps. Over 120,000 people were imprisoned without trial. Decades later, the U.S. formally apologized, a reminder that fear must never override constitutional rights. In 1956, Pakistan stood at a crossroads. 9 years after independence, the young nation sought to define its identity through a new constitution. On March 23rd, Pakistan adopted its first constitution, officially becoming the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, the first nation to incorporate Islam into its republican name. This moment shaped Pakistan's national identity for generations. March 23rd is celebrated annually as Republic Day, marking the birth of a constitutional Islamic democracy. In 1983, at the height of the Cold War, President Ronald Reagan addressed the nation from the Oval Office with a bold and controversial vision for America's defense. Reagan proposed the Strategic Defense Initiative, a shield of lasers and satellites in orbit capable of intercepting Soviet nuclear missiles before they could reach American soil. Critics called it Star Wars and doubted its feasibility, yet SDI reshaped Cold War negotiations and pressured the Soviet Union toward the arms reduction treaties that followed. In 2001, Russia's Mir space station had orbited Earth for 15 years, hosting international crews and pioneering long-duration spaceflight research. On March 23, Mission Control triggered Mir's final deorbit burn. The station broke apart in a blazing re-entry, scattering debris across the South Pacific. Mir proved humans could live and work in space for months. Its legacy paved the way for the International Space Station and future deep space missions.